All right, let me bring in Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton joining us this morning from Texas. AG, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are talking about this shooting, sparking new worries of Iranian terrorist cells activated in the United States after Operation Epic Fury. What can you tell us as the AG in terms of the status of this investigation and what you know today?
Well, I think it's pretty common knowledge that this guy had Iranian flag undershirt, that he had Allah written on his shirt, that they found other paraphernalia at his house related to Iran. So, yeah, I think it's a legitimate issue, a legitimate concern that he might have been part of a sleeper cell. At least he was inspired by Iran to do exactly what he did. And it is a concern for me going forward.
And what can you do about it today, because these worries are spiking given the fact that we don't know who came in through a wide open border under Joe Biden. We don't know if more Iranians came in and started terrorist cells, or more people from Venezuela and beyond started human trafficking operations here.
Well, you bring up a really good issue, which is the Biden administration let in millions of people. I sued them over immigration 20 times. One of those lawsuits was about bringing in criminals. They defended even bringing in criminals. So they created this problem, and now law enforcement has the pressure of finding these people and vetting them and trying to figure out what's going on, which is really difficult to do once they're in the country and we don't even know where they all are.
Mm-hmm. And you, of course, have a primary election which begins tomorrow. You're running for a U.S. Senate seat. A new statewide poll shows it will come down to you and current Senator John Cornyn for a GOP runoff. What are you expecting?
Well, look, I think it's going to be a great day for us. I think he spent close to $100 million. I've spent around $3 million. They have definitely pumped the money in from Washington, D.C. I don't think it's going to matter in the end. Obviously, those commercials have been on all day, every day for about 6 months. But we're going to win this. And I think there's a slight chance that we could win this without a runoff.
And so you mentioned the money, and this is a really important point because, you know, some senators are criticizing all the money that's spent. Let's say, hypothetically, you win this without a runoff, Ken. Do you feel confident that you can take down the Democrat candidate come November? Because that's where this all is going. And if the Republicans lose Texas, somebody said the other day on the show, you lose Texas, you lose it all.
That's absolutely right. And here's the thing about their strategy. It's a bad strategy. Attacking me, who is the likely nominee, is just, it doesn't make any sense. They should stay out of primaries, focus on the general election. That's certainly what the donors think they're doing. But to spend, I think this is record money that John Cornyn has spent against me and others, and it doesn't make any sense. If you're actually trying to hold the Senate, they need to stop this crazy spending and help all Republicans if they're running for the Senate.
So what are you going to do to convince your colleagues in the Republican Party that they should be spending more on you? I mean, ad spending topped $110 million. Ad Impact says that that's the most ever spent for a Senate primary. Most of the money is on the Republican side, groups backing Cornyn, spending nearly $57 million. Houston businessman John Now giving $2.9 million to a pro-Cornyn super PAC. Midland oil man Douglas Scharbauer giving $250,000 to a super PAC, which is backing you, AG. How do you differentiate yourself? Tell us about your campaign and your priorities.
Look, I've been around this state since April 8th campaigning against John Cornyn, and it's really a message of what has he accomplished in his 40-plus years in office, his 24 years in the Senate. I've asked in every single meeting, I've asked people, can you name one great accomplishment? They can name the bad ones, siding with Joe Biden on this, restricting the Second Amendment, siding with him on getting Afghan refugees settled here, going against Donald Trump on the border and in his election, but no one can name his accomplishments. And I tell people, look at any 2 weeks I've been at the Attorney General of Texas, and except for Christmas and Thanksgiving, I will have accomplished more in 2 weeks than he's accomplished in 40 years.
So what do you want to say to voters who are going to go out tomorrow to choose this person? And what happens if, in fact, we get a runoff? How do you deal with that?
Look, I would tell voters, look at the record. Look at the accomplishment. Don't look at what is being said in campaign commercials, because he's not telling the truth about what he believes. I am, and I want people to look at the record. Just look at the record, not the rhetoric. As far as the runoff, there's no doubt in my mind. Every runoff I've been in, My closest margin of victory was 65-35. I beat George P. Bush 68-32. We're going to win the runoff if there is a runoff.
All right, AG, we'll be watching your work. Thanks very much for being here. We'll be watching tomorrow's primary. That kicks off the primary season for the nation. General Ken Paxton, thank you.
Thank you.